So next up on the main table, it's the already qualified Eklent Kaci against Albin Ouschan. Mosconi Cup teammates, of course. And if you're going to have one Ouschan playing, you might as well have another one in the commentary box. Delighted to be joined once again by Albin's sister Jasmine, who of course played in the tournament yesterday. Thanks for dropping in, Jasmine. What's Albin feeling like? Good start from to the day. It's just faded a little bit since then.
Well, first of all, hi everybody, and thanks for having me back. Yeah, it was a little bit up and down. It started well. Now he had some tough matches, but I mean, he's a great player, and I know he can pull it off, and it can change all within one rack. So I'm not worried about his performance. He knows what to do.
Yeah, and you said they were tough matches, the two he's lost. From what I saw, he didn't actually seem to play badly in either of them at all. Exactly,
and it's sometimes just some events, some situations that happen. All of a sudden, it changes the whole outcome. So, and especially in a race to 5, everything can happen, and all these players are great players. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen, but once again, I know how good he is, and he can turn this around within, just one rack and get the confidence back and the feeling back and be right at it.
Yeah, and the fact that he got those 2 wins early in the day means that even with the defeats, he's still in very good shape to go through. Eklent Kaci, of course, is already through. Now we'll keep a close eye on the other table. Chris Melling, as I was saying, 3-2 up against Naoki Oi. Melling definitely through if he wins that match, and he's just sort of plodding along. Wouldn't say he was playing particularly well, but he's doing enough at the moment. And that's a big game, actually, because Oi has put himself very much in the mix.
And Albin just really played a very good push out. Making sure there's a problem now on the table, 6 and a 7. Played that very well. He gives it back, so let's see what he comes up with. Might be able to get the cue ball behind the 8. Played a 1 ball into the 2. Looks like an obvious safety here. Yep. Just in between that, what happens so many times when players play a safety, you have the 6 and a 7 there and the 8 to hide the cue ball, and it ends up right in between. But still not an easy situation for Kaci. So
I think that's Viv Rusko, the referee. It's hard to tell behind the mask. Yeah, it's definitely her. It just all feels a bit more serious and tense today, Jasmine. I don't know if you have found that, but around the venue, that's the sense I'm getting, because they all know now it's decision day and only one of them is going to have the trophy tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, some players had a few or a couple of days off. So now it's time to get that tension back in your body and get that concentration back. But you can definitely tell there's a different, it's even more focused than the days before. It's a good hit, but unfortunately leaves an open shot now for Kaci.
We were saying that because Niels Feijen has had a number of days, that maybe he just lost his rhythm a bit, whereas in Albin's case, he just had the 1 day, so that was probably the ideal way to come into it.
Maybe, yeah, and it's funny because every player is in a different situation. Like you said, some had a couple of days off, just 1 day. So everybody's in a totally different situation, and usually you don't have that in a tournament. Normally they're starting at the same stage, and it ends in the same stage. So it's really different, you can tell.
Well, I'm guessing Chris Melling is the first pool player in history to be at a tournament and waiting a full week between matches. Eklent Kaci was almost as long. It's an unusual format, but I think it's here to stay. We're going to have this Championship League on the calendar for many years to come. And Naoki Oi There's a fairly straightforward 9-ball on the other table to go 3-3 against Chris Melling.
I'm wondering if he's going to try and break up the 6 and a 7 now, making the 3-ball into the side and then maybe opening up the problem here. I think he has pretty much the perfect angle to do that now. Nope. Okay, that's gonna get interesting now. Not quite sure what he's gonna do now. Potting the 5 and then maybe playing safety, or going 2 rails and trying to open it up.
Oh, he's going to scratch here.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It was a really tough one. I think he tried to open them up. Break up 6 and 7, I'm not sure, but it looks like it.
Would you think that it was perhaps easier to try to break them up on the previous shot when he didn't try it?
That's what I thought, because it looked like he had a pretty good angle on the 3. Since the 5-ball was on the rail, I mean, that's what I would have thought. This was definitely a really tough one. Or he was trying to get behind the 6 and then play the 6 in the other corner pocket, but, well, either way, it was a really tough one. So now ball in hand, 4 balls left on the table. It's definitely a good chance to start the match.
Yeah, and this could be a big moment, couldn't it? Because that was a chance for Kaci to win a rack against the break. And it looks as though he's passed it up. And so Albin Ouschan leads Eklent Kaci by 1 rack to 0. Jasmine, this is the first time we've had you in since your own involvement in the tournament yesterday, and pretty good day. You didn't get through to the semi-finals, but you got a couple of good results along the way, so I would guess you're quite pleased with how the day went.
I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. I'm very self-critical. So, I mean, to be honest, it was tough. Let's be honest. It was really tough to start after over a year of not playing a tournament. So I could definitely feel the pressure a little bit, and I was actually making a lot of unforced errors that I'm not happy about. But all in all, towards the end, I got better and better and better. Was able to win 2 matches, so that was good for me. But I know I can do better. So I hope soon I'll have the chance again to do a better job. And but it felt so good to be back on the table after such a long time. That's for sure.
It seems like a trait of both of you that no matter what you do, you both always expect more of yourselves. Absolutely,
absolutely. I mean, I'm maybe extremely self-critical. That's what friends and everybody keeps telling me, and I know that. But I think it's also part of my job to look at it, from the critical side, and always work on my skills and not just take it, like, okay, that's it, and not think about it. I always want to do better and get better and yeah, work on myself.
Yeah, and the amount of success you've both had, it clearly is an approach that works for you, so nobody can complain too much about that. So let's see what's going on here. Eklent Kaci certainly rifled through them.
Good break at the corner ball and the 1 ball, so but still has a shot on the 2. I'm not sure yet where he looks like. Yeah, he's gonna go probably for the side pocket. The rest of the table looks quite open. So important is the position for the 3 ball. Oh. 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 Okay, that was that was a lucky moment, but you know, that's part of the game.
Yeah, there's only so much luck to go around, really.
Exactly.
You don't deserve to get it when you're already through to the semi-finals and you don't need the luck. But can he get through to the 3 here?
On the way he looks at it, yeah.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
He's all right.
Yeah, I mean, we all have these lucky shots, and that's what happens. Just
I'm still waiting for my entire lifetime supply of lucky shots to come through. I've never had any in my life.
you get all at once then.
Yeah, I just wonder if he's lost his focus a little bit, because he knows he's through to the semi-finals. He's probably not greatly bothered about the outcome. Now, sometimes that can be a good thing because it frees you up and you just go and play, but I wonder with him, is he maybe not entirely focused on this match and already thinking ahead to the semis?
Yeah, 2 surprising misses here. And of course that can definitely get to your head. That's kind of lose a little bit maybe the focus for a moment. But they're all really good players, so they all know what to do in order to get it back. And Albin just got the chance again, and he's looking quite confident here. No problem.
Sorry, Jasmine, I was just going to say that, as I said, these two were Mosconi Cup teammates in Coventry last December. They actually teamed up for a doubles match together on the second night, and they beat Billy Thorpe and Shane Van Boning in a hill-hill finish. So a fine start for Albin Ouschan as he leads by 2-0. We were talking actually yesterday, Jasmine, or actually maybe it was the day before that you came in and did commentary, and we were saying, had there ever been another brother and sister who had played together in a World Cup or something similar? And a couple of people got in touch with us today. Apparently there was a brother and sister who played badminton together in the Olympics.
Oh, cool.
And I mentioned Cyril Suk and Helena Sukova. You're probably not old enough to remember them, but they were brother and sister from the old Czechoslovakia who won 3 mixed doubles Grand Slam tennis tournaments together. Don't know if you're aware of any others.
No, I would have to do some research, but
well, we've done it for you.
That's cool to know.
Yeah.
That's cool to know.
Yeah, you're in a very select group there. Lots of brothers who would have played together, lots of sisters who would have played together in different sports, but very rare to have a brother and sister, and pool would be one of the few sports in which that would be possible. And your brother's doing just fine here. He's leading by 2-0. He's played some very good stuff actually earlier on in the day. As we said, he's lost a couple of matches since then, but not playing badly by any means. And this is going pretty well for him. He's got the break in rack 3 as well, so with a chance to extend this early lead that he's got as he looks to get himself right back on course for a semi-final place. Do you know how many matches he's played in this tournament now?
He told me something over 40 or something, wasn't it?
This is his 49th.
That's absolutely incredible. And I talked to him and I said, I really said, this is the way he played over such a long period of time, so many matches, so consistently amazing. I mean, that's don't say pool players doesn't have to be fit.
Well, he certainly is.
If you want to survive this and stay focused, I mean, absolutely incredible.
3 balls down on the break there, and he's on the 2 to the side pocket.
That was a pretty perfect break here. Unfortunately, the cue ball got kicked, otherwise it would have been center table. Out of this position, he's probably going to play safety now.
Oh, he's not on the 2?
No, it's on the 1. Still there, but
sorry.
He might. Oh, he's actually playing a push out even. Yeah, it's probably putting the 2 ball close to the 6, creating another problem.
Yeah, apologies.
Just like he did before.
Yeah, with so many balls flying everywhere, I thought the 1 had actually gone in somewhere. Chris Melling is leading 4-3 on the other table against Naoyuki Oi. He just attempted a bank shot on the 1, didn't quite come off for him, and he's left it. So, chance for the man from Japan to take that one hill-hill, and that's become a crucial match now in the race for semi-final places.
And Kaci gave the push out back, so extension call. He's gonna put the 1 ball just close to the 4, or yeah, or 2. He might be able to just see the edge of the 1 ball. But it's so hard to roll these balls exactly to the spot where you want to have it. That's so tough. I'd rather play over 3 rails than I roll it like this. It's also well played.
Albin was in the commentary box earlier today, Jasmine. I was asking him about how much practice he does. Do the two of you practice together much, or do you tend to do your own thing?
Every now and then we practice together, but very often we have our separate training sessions. But yeah, every now and then we do play matches, or sometimes we did a lot of safety play. So. But very often it's like that he for example, has his sessions in the morning, and then I'll do mine depending on my schedule a little later. So.
I guess it's been good over the last year, when obviously it's been hard to meet up with people for practice, to have someone living near you who you do have that option to practice with.
And we're very lucky that we have the academy where we can practice at any time, you know. So we've been very lucky, because I know so many pool players had no chance to practice at all.
We were saying that about David Al-Qaedi as well, that he lives very near Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, so they've been able to have some sessions together. Certainly showing in the way David Al-Qaedi's playing this week.
Got a little bit away with it there. Left Albin probably a bank shot. Not that easy, because you have to kind of make sure that the cue ball stays near the 5. Stop it if you feel comfortable enough to play this shot now, or play a safety, but
that seemed to go right into the pocket and then come out again. It was just the pace really that threw it back onto the table.
Yeah, played extreme follow, so the cue ball stays close to the rail, and so that he has a position on the 5 afterwards. But that of course makes the bank shot really, really tough.
Naoki Oi is on the 6, 4 balls away from taking it to Hill with Chris Melling.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna put the cue ball just, yeah, really close to the rail. So he's gonna play a follow on the 5, and then he's looking at it right now. Just 6 ball is close enough to the pocket so he can take the tougher shot. Guess he wanted to play it differently, but since the cue ball is that close to the rail, you kind of have to. Oh, got the edge there. So now it's just about potting the 6. Position for the 7 is easy. It doesn't really matter where the cue ball ends up. Oh, wow.
He's not really with it so far. Now, you tell me, Jasmine, is this a combination?
Well, Albin definitely looks at it, so I say yes now.
So it looks like we can say this for 3-0. Oh, he definitely fancied the 6-9 combination, but it's not worked out.
Yeah, it was not completely straight in, so was not that easy. Just hit it a little bit too thick, the 9 ball.
Hill on the other table. Naoki Oi breaking in the deciding rack against Chris Melling. And no doubt about it now, Eklent Kaci is going to win the 3rd rack here. So Kaci with a virtually unmissable 9 ball gets off the mark. Albin Ouschan still leads. It's now 2-1. Back in a moment.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
And welcome back to Milton Keynes. Extraordinary events on the other table. Naoki Oi and Chris Melling have gone hill. Now Melling fouled and gave Oi ball in hand. Melling slumped back into his chair thinking he'd thrown the match away, but it looks as though Oi, with his first shot with ball in hand, has fouled himself, and how he equally is slumped in his chair. Well, it was very close as to whether Oi hit the 1 or the 7 first. Either way, it's been called a foul. And Melling has ball in hand and a great chance to win 5-4 and clinch his place in the semi-finals. Back here, Kaci breaks at 2-1 down.
It was a solid break. Also, cue ball got kicked, just like with Albin's break before. So then you never know what's going to happen with the cue ball. But I think he has a shot on the 1. Once again, a fairly open table. Now the question is how to play position for the 2. Going with left English or even right English, down between 5 and 4. Or going low, left English. Many different ways here. I would probably go follow a little bit of right English, go between 4 and 5, and then play the 2 ball up to the corner. But I think he goes low. Oh, can he make it into the side? Doesn't look like to me, but maybe he's going for a combo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's playing. Just a reminder, Kaci already through, whatever the outcome here. And Chris Melling looks like he's got the job done on the other table. Yeah, he's beaten Naoki Oi 5-4. He's in the semi-finals.
Yeah, and on this table, Kaci has worked his way through the rack, done the hard job, and now it's basically running the table. No more problems, just standard balls.
Yeah, he seems to have got his focus back a bit. Seemed to be lacking early on, which may have been down to the fact that he knows he's in the semi-finals, whatever happens here. But he's played pretty well today, and although he's going in the semis anyway, he doesn't want to lose his rhythm, lose his form, so he stepped it up a bit, and from 2-0 down, he's drawn level at 2 apiece. So you're going home tomorrow, Jasmine. What's next for you? I mean, are there any more tournaments on the horizon?
Not for the next weeks. I'm gonna go home, and I have to study now a little bit because I started my trainer education at the beginning of this year. I had the first semester, and now I have the first exam in the beginning of April. So I'm gonna study a little bit, learn some more, and then hopefully towards spring and summertime when we're gonna have some tournaments again.
It's a good time to be studying something, actually, because there's not much else to do at the moment.
Well, to be honest, I've always wanted to do that trainer education for sports fitness, but I never had the time to during a normal season. So I thought, hey, why not now? Use the time I have, and I love it.
So what does that lead on to then? Do you become a personal trainer? Do you maybe work in a gym?
Well, it depends a little bit. Of course, when I finished it, then I can do this is like the general trainer education. You have to do that first for sports fitness in general, and then you can have a specific sport after that for another semester. And then basically you can work with athletes in clubs or as a personal trainer. It depends a little bit on what you want to do. Still some time to go, though. I still have to learn and you know, successfully finish the exams.
Okay, well, we wish you all the best with that.
Thank you.
And, well, looks like your brother's got a really good break here.
Perfect break, I would say. And he has a good shot on the 2. Rest is an open table. I think it's just really important to play good position from the 2 to the 3. And of course the 6 is blocked by the 7. Possible combination, or he gets to the other side of the table and plays the 6 in a corner pocket. So maybe not an easy rack. But when you break well and you get a shot on the first ball and you don't have any major problems, then you're a happy player. Extension call.
Yeah, good use of the extension there. Just taking the opportunity to recompose himself, because this is a big shot.
He overcut this one.
Yeah, the tension is growing here. Semi-final places on the line. Really unexpected to see a player of Albin Ouschan's quality missing a ball like that by such a margin. So a chance now for Kaci, who was 2-0 down in this match, to lead 3-2.
He might be able to run it to the 6 or no, so he goes 2 rails, actually 3 rails. And now question is going to the other side of the table to play the 6 or play a combo again like he did before when I didn't think of the combo, but now he's going the other way now. Yeah, I don't think he's going to give that away now. He's...
So Eklent Kaci has stepped it up again after a poor start to the match. And he's 2 racks away from finishing the group with 5 wins out of 6. He leads 3-2. We were talking there about what's coming up for you, Jasmine, and not much on the tournament scene, but you were also talking about the fitness side of things as well, and I understand you do triathlons.
Well, not yet really. Let's say I want to do one in the future, so that's why I'm training. And I've done a lot of swimming in the last couple of months, really a couple of times during the week, and then running, of course, and cycling was always on my schedule. So, and our manager comes from or kind of is a president of a triathlon club and or federation. Club federation, I don't know how you call it, but and he's very much into triathlon, and he actually made sure we, do a lot more, stay fit, take care of our bodies. So we'll see, but I definitely want to do one in the near future. We'll see.
What about a marathon? Would you ever try one of those?
Oh, to be honest, when I look at the triathlons, running is actually my least favorite thing, to be honest.
Okay.
I'd rather do cycling, but no, marathon, I don't think so.
Well, this Championship League has been a marathon for Albin Ouschan. He's had so many matches since he started out a week ago today. He's 3-2 down in this one and could really do with turning it round. He's lost his last 2 matches. Another defeat here would leave his semi-final place very much in the balance. And it's Kaci at the table.
I ran a little bit into the 9 here, but got away with it. Still has a good position on the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everything is pretty open again, so don't see any problem here.
And while he's mopping these up, potentially, I can tell you, I'm just looking at the table here, and at the moment, we know Kaci's through, we know Melling's through, Alcadi's well placed. It looks like it could come down to a tussle between Albin Ouschan and Naoyuki Oi for the last place. Whatever happens in this match, although obviously a win for Albin Ouschan would strengthen his position going into that. And Albin Ouschan and Naoyuki Oi are both playing their last match at the same time. And Oi is playing David Alcadi, who's also in that mix himself, so we could be heading for a really exciting finish to this here, particularly so as tonight there are no second chances. No such thing anymore as coming back tomorrow for another go. But as I said, even if it is going to come down to the final match, what Albin Ouschan needs from that final match could become a good deal more straightforward if he can get the win here.
Ooh, yeah. Kaci had too much angle on the 5, so he had to draw it back, kick the 6 off the rail, but ended up in a tough position. But I think he can bank it. I think that's what he's going to do. Yep. Seven ball could have been easier.
Yeah, still got the minders work here. You'd expect him to see it out. So Kaci is first to the hill. He leads 4-2. It's Albin Ouschan who really needs the win, though. He's got a big break-off shot coming in just a moment.
off the 8. Oh, trick shot by Woodward. What a shot by Albin Ouschan.
One thing's guaranteed, that shot will appear on plenty of highlight reels.
Whoa, did he split the wicket? What a beautiful shot that was. What a beautiful execution.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's best if you get up to the table.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
We really do look to be heading for a dramatic climax to the round-robin section in the winners group on the final day of Predator Championship League pool in Milton Keynes. We know that Eklent Kaci and Chris Melling are both already through to the semi-finals, but the other two places still so much in the balance here, and Albin Ouschan really needs to turn it round. He's lost his last two matches and he's 4-2 down as he breaks in the 7th against Eklent Kaci.
I think you made the corner ball. Didn't hit the pack the way you wanted to. Bit too much on the right side. But he made a ball, he's on the table, so it's always better than to give the table back. So since he can't see the one ball, is definitely going to go for a push out here.
Yeah, so long as you're still at the table, you can still do something about it.
Exactly. Push out call.
David Al-Qadi has won the opening rack on the other table against Naoki Oi. I'm just looking at the table again. Niels Fyan is bottom of the table with 1 win from 5 matches. And although it's very unlikely, there is still a combination of results that can see him go through to the semis. He plays Albin Ouschan next on this table. That will be the last match on here in the round-robin stage.
It's a interesting situation. I'm not quite sure what he's gonna try now. Stop it and maybe get the cue, the one ball to the other side of the table. Kind of get the cue ball behind the 7, but that's or just roll it. One ball to the other side and wow. My first thought was correct. He really stopped it behind a 7. Amazing ball. Almost made the one ball though, but such a tough ball to play.
See, always go with your first instinct.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. And especially after the last 2 racks where he wasn't too happy, then playing a shot like this, that's that's skills, because after the last 2 racks, I'm sure he's not feeling completely happy with how it went, and then you have a break, playing a push out, and then you play a safety like that. So. No.
Foul.
So foul shot, big chance here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you really couldn't ask for them to be much better than this, and it's a chance to close to 4-3. Okay, it's his breaking rack, and Kaci will still be breaking on the hill in the next rack, even if there is one. But you can only do what you can control. And at least ask the question of the Albanian. It's 1-1 on the other table now between David Kaci and Naoyuki Oi.
Really important here from 1 to the 2, and now position on 3. The rest seems to be much easier. So this is now a really important position.
The other thing as well, of course, is it's important to get the rack for the count back, because it's getting so close now between all of these players in terms of the number of racks won and the number of matches won, that even if Albin Ouschan was to lose this match, the difference between losing at 5-2 and 5-3, or even 5-4 potentially, could be the difference between getting into the semi-finals and not. So every rack is worth a lot in itself at the moment, even outside of the context within the match. I mean, you look at Kaci, top of the table, he's won 23 racks today. Fyan, who's bottom of the table, has won 17, so there's not even that much difference there. This is clearly shaping up to be the tightest group yet.
I think Albin wanted to have a little bit of more angle here on this 7, but I think he's still fine. Can go 2 rails, come back out. Yep. Good speed.
Yeah, and he's kept it far enough away from the rail for this to be comfortable. Never nice bridging over the pocket, though, is it?
The pocket always seems to be in the way with shots like this.
Albin Ouschan still punching. Eklent Kaci leads 4-3. So as I was saying on the other table, David Kaci and Naoyuki Oi level at 1-1. Kaci's got 3 wins. This is his last match. So if he wins it, he'll go to 4 and will definitely be through. But he won't necessarily have to win it. If it was to go close, he might still get through anyway.
Mr. Oi, your option?
The success of the Mosconi Cup, Jasmine, has prompted chat about all sorts of other possible formats, maybe Europe against Asia, something like that, and maybe even a women's version of it. If that was to happen, I'm sure you'd be delighted to see it, but would it make more sense for it to be Europe against Asia at the moment rather than Europe against the US, given that there's such quality among Asian players?
I mean, first of all, just the idea of a female Mosconi Cup would be absolutely amazing. I mean, that's just a dream come true. And of course, when you look at the billiard sports within the last years, Asia was really the place to be, with so many incredible players. So, yeah, I mean, I guess the organizers have to think about that. I think Europe, America, Europe, Asia, I think every version would be interesting.
And maybe the Jeanette Lee Cup would be a good name for it?
For example.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, that was really strong break. Controlled the cue ball. The 1 ball hit the edge of the side pocket, so came back. And I think even though the 8 is so close, I think he has Yeah, no problem making the one ball into the corner. Seems to be a fairly open table again.
It looks like your brother's hopes could go down to the wire yet again, Jasmine. You weren't here last week, but we spent every night watching him battling to get through, and he did in the end. But as I was saying, even if he was to lose it here, if Kaci was to run out from this position, and it finishes 5-3, that's still important. That's still a good result, because it really looks very possible it's going to come back to the racks won and lost. So he's still right in there fighting, whatever happens now. And we're going to have some drama in the final round of matches. One of those is already underway on the other table. David Al-Kaidi is on the 5 ball, looking to go 2-1 up on Naoki Oi.
So position from the 5 to the 6 is really important again. He definitely needs a good angle on the 6 to come down again for the 7.
If Eklent Kaci does finish it out here, he'll go on to 5 wins out of 6 and will definitely finish in first place. However, only one of the previous groups has been won by the player who finished in first place. So really it's just all about staying in it.
And it's amazing. I mean, I think it's not completely straight, but almost straight, and it's so funny how many times that happens. If you want that to happen, you probably never be able to do it. But I mean, as we can see now, totally fine. Just drawing it back with a lot of English and perfect position on the 7.
So it looks to be all over now. Eklent Kaci got off to a slow start in this match, but he's won 5 of the last 6 racks. He's beaten Albin Ouschan by 5 racks to 3. Ouschan's hopes will come